2000 was when we started in here. And it seems like just yesterday, but it's most of your life, I guess. But it's an interesting business. It's a very closed society in the sense that unless you're in the business, you don't really know how it works. People think that I just, like, you'd go and get a DVD and just run it. But unfortunately, it doesn't work that way. We have to book films, and because we run multiple films here, we have to negotiate our way through the various distributors, because in one single day we might run a movie by 20th Century Fox, a movie that's owned by Warner Brothers, one by Universal, and then one independent distributor. So we have to get all of those distributors to agree to split their end of the deal. And when you book films, generally they're 35% of the box office, or $250. That's the minimum rental. So it's $250 or 35%, whichever is greatest. And it's always a struggle. And like I said, we have to get distributors to agree to do that. We're unique in Canada. There's no other theater in Canada that does what we do, which is we run what in our industry is called grind, which means that we run from the second we open till the end, different movies, nonstop. Any day the kids aren't in school, we start at usually 10:30 in the morning, and our movies run from then all the way till sometimes almost midnight.
Since I've worked coffee bar, it's a lot better. It's a lot easier to make a personalized experience because I also work at another coffee shop, so I can give them advice on if they want to get different types of teas or what kind of movies they want to see, because every week when we change over our movies, we get synopsises on the new upcoming ones, and then so we kind of get a handle on what they're about and what kind of people would want to come see it, if that makes sense.
We have Jones Soda on tap, and very few places have that.
Okay, the theater, they had some Jones Soda. It's like some specialty soda. Definitely wasn't expecting the specialty soda, so that was, yeah.
Off the top of my head, there wasn't anything major that I noticed service-wise. Like, I enjoyed all the employees. However, there was one thing with the nachos. They didn't, it's going to sound silly, but they gave me the nachos in a bag, and the cheese and stuff wasn't put on it yet. And by the time me and Nick got into the movie theater, the movie was just starting because they didn't have a lot of previews. So I was forced to open this really loud bag of nachos, and then the cheese was pretty loud too. And some of the people were looking at us and stuff, and it was a little bit of an uncomfortable experience. But I mean, I'm not going to draw the line.
I wanted to plug my ears, but Eric was next to me, and I didn't want him to think I was weird, and there's people behind me. But seriously, I got in there, and I was like, oh my god, I was like, I'm going to lose my hearing. Like, this is so loud. Every time planes would come, and it'd be like, eeeeee, and it would get so loud. I'm like, just trying to, come on.
Probably one of the most common ones is temperature in the winter, because it's a big, huge auditorium, heated with a boiler, that sort of thing. So temperature is probably in the winter, that's the biggest one.
It's more about the building that they have any complaints about. Definitely how cold the theater is. That is the biggest complaint we have heard of. Basically because of how old the building actually is itself. Like I said, it's almost 100 years old. It basically, whatever the weather is outside is how it will be inside. So in the summertime, it's super hot, and the theater is a lot warmer. But in the wintertime, it's super cold, and in the theater, it's freezing.
We're the only theater in Canada that exists in a small market like this against a behemoth like Galaxy Cinemas. One of the problems we encounter is the distributors will not give us movies first run. And people often say, well, why don't you open that big hit movie they've got over there? It seems simple. Well, unfortunately, distributors won't allow us to do that. The terms they set, and it's against the law to deny us. So what they do is they set terms that are impossible for us to meet. For example, we're opening a film called Hitman's Bodyguard on Friday. I would have loved to open that first run. First run means day and date with Toronto, Vancouver, Montreal, New York City. But the terms they set for me for that is I would have to run that movie, all shows, for 6 weeks. Well, I'm going to do just fine for maybe week 1. I'll do a little bit on week 2. By week 3, and then I've got another 3 or 4 weeks to go. So I just can't afford it. And so they set the boundaries so high that for a small independent single screen like I have, can't afford to do it.